All right, welcome to day 543 of the journey begins. Is our audio coming through? Thanks, good to be back. Audio looks good. And we are back to orange. So we are over in Overmorrow. Oop. Their wings just then open for some reason. Anyway, we are in Overmorrow. We're gonna do some dirting over here. See how far we can get. If we have time left, we'll head over to Overmorrow. To Inkwood. Get my cities mixed up. And then we will we'll do this for about an hour, and then we're going to do our follow-on stream and do some Planet Crafter there afterwards. Okay. So let's grab some carrots first. Okay. So we're gonna go through however much dirt we have on us. Then we're gonna check our TNT or our gunpowder at least, and then we're gonna go over to Inkwood. Because I do want to, on the basically the north side, we do want to check, see if we can maybe get some TNT there to speed up that side. I have some ideas there. It won't be efficient, but it might be fun. So we'll see what we can do there. We also want to start shaping out an experience farm over at Inkwood with our skeleton spawner we had over there. Which will need a little bit more work. Not that it will be super complex, but see if we can implement some kind of item sorter, because we haven't done that in quite a while. So see if we can get that going, because I know we're going to have copper golems soon, but I think that will be useful, but I don't want to give up on item sorters completely either. So I want to kind of get a feel of how to get them going by memory, and then I'll relearn them so I can do it by memory, and then we can use that or the copper golem when they come out, whichever is kind of the best for the case. There you go. Okay. So now we have a big section here we can fill out. Well, actually, we still have a little bit more. Great. So we'll take out the sandstone. Let's do... Yeah, get this filled out. So what else? Oh yes, we are trying to reach 1,000 followers on TikTok with our initial goal of 500. So if you like the story back build, stick around. And if you really like them, feel free to share it out. We're trying to get to 70 followers and affiliate on Twitch. So ditto there. And now back to mining sandstone. Which Overmorrow, Inkwood, and Haven's End all have kind of a symbiotic kind of relationships. We're taking dirt from Inkwood here. We're taking and stone from Inkwood and moving it over here for Haven's End. And then we're taking stone from the Garden Temple to give it to Haven's End. And then we're taking sandstone here from Overmorrow and giving that to the Garden Temple. So getting getting the most out of our resources. So yeah, again, we're Minecraft for about an hour today, then Planet Crafter for about an hour. So we're getting our 2-hour streams on Friday through Monday. Because tomorrow will be a Planet Crafter day as well, along with Minecraft in the morning. Okay, that is now a really dangerous location. I wonder if I could do something with that. Well, we could always do it later. We just welcome in Savage TikTok. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's regular. That's grass dirt, not regular dirt. Okay. Let's run and hope that they don't catch us and knock us off. And that didn't work. All right, so we'll put something here. That to light up that. Let's run over to the other side. And lay down some torches, and that should help us. Yeah, that should help us there. Right. But we can just get rid of this sand because we don't need this. Okay. Oop. No. Stay away. Uh, so we're actually making really good progress on Inkwood. All right. I'm tempted at figuring out the spawn level of phantoms and then building a fake sky at that level, and or do something more dramatic, just blotting out the sky so they can't spawn. Oh, I need to eat because... All right. There we go. Now we'll go pick up some of this as we lay down this, and that all right. Get this last little bit of sand out. And yeah, there we go. I do like that kind of shroom lights in the bottom. I think that adds something. Although there is at a depth where it gives a little more like glow to it. That might need to be pushed down a little deeper. Or it could be some kind of sea creature. Well, yeah, like an enemy or something like that. Some kind of something related to that. Sponge, clam, square clam, cubic clam. Okay. So there we go. Yep. So nothing. Chat yet? Okay, cool. Yeah, if there's any questions on our story, Minecraft itself, other games, our plans to take out all phantoms, feel free to pop any questions in chat. Well, So I wonder if there's some kind of calibration thing with our sideboard, because that's the fourth time that I noticed like a pull to the left. Which does remind me, I do need to take a look at it again for satisfactory by next Friday. I mean, it hasn't affected gameplay too much, but we can move every direction except down and back in satisfactory. But we can do it just fine in Minecraft. So I'm not sure what the difference in settings are there. So we'll have to check that out later. Doing pretty good. Do we still have more dirt? We do. All right. Ooh, here we go. I'm gonna need to put down some. Oh. We need to pick up some more dirt. Because I guess it won't hurt to. Okay, well. I think we'll go sleep too, because I don't want to have to keep dealing with these phantoms. It's over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Did I see it? Okay. Okay, so we're good there. Oh, dirt. We need some dirt. All right. This is our last. Oh, well, if we empty out this. Okay. So we'll drop off this dye right now. Use some dirt and then maybe drop off a little bit more later. And that way we'll have some shulkers that we can take over to Inkwood. So here we go. Terraforming in progress. Which I guess kind of fits nicely with our Planet Crafter screen coming up after this. There we go. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Another line down here. I think we'll have the north side done pretty well. If there's only little patches, then we probably won't worry too much about that. We'll probably start framing out the vertical side of some of the buildings and seeing what they look like. Thank you for the rose, Magni. Please let me know how to pronounce that correctly. I am terrible with names. I very much appreciate the support, though. Okay, yeah, we're gonna fill in this section here, and that will take care of the north side, I think. Do you play any Minecraft or other games yourself, Mag? All right. How much sand do we have here? All right. So we're gonna slip back here, get rid of this sand. Oh, we're gonna have to get some more of this like blackstone and whatnot here, but in the meantime, we can take out the sand, fill some of this with dirt, and then we can fill in the remainder with dirt and the black as we get our border in a good spot. Oh, okay. So take out that, take out that. Okay, there. All right, there we go. So let's go across here. I see somewhere over here we're gonna have. Um, yeah. Somewhere maybe in front of this is gonna be. The basalt or other dark material. So I'm just gonna kind of rough up the edge here. And that way we have an edge to work with. Yeah. Okay. And we can figure this out later. Okay. Oh, so this is our level here. Okay, so let's put this line over, and we'll just keep doing a few of these lines like this. Right, and then we can just do this over. And yeah, that'll work good enough. We'll have to polish this later, but that's a different project. Polishing the shore. So we also have to decide, do we want the water to come up level, or do we want it to be a little bit lower, or do we want it to be lower on one side, like maybe have a little dock down on the west side so it looks like the water flows in a westerly direction, something like that maybe. You know, and then that gives us some alliteration potentials for our story of, you know, the water and winds of the west kind of thing, which I kind of like. So maybe we'll do something like that. So we'll see if that idea sticks with us enough to keep that in our story. All right. So then this needs something here. Right. Okay. So let's just back and forth this. And then that will take care of this section here. We'll do a flyover. Make sure we got everything. But I think our north side will be pretty much done, other than there's like a little patch there or something. But our goal isn't just all dirt, it's to get a foundation of dirt for building other stuff. So anything that might fall under, you know, building a garden, we're not worried about. So something like that, whenever we build something there, we can worry about replacing it then. So let's do this. Okay. Now we can go over here. Fill in this little section. Do we have a section here? We do. Yeah. Okay. A little bit here. Maybe we'll take care of this. Hello, Heart. Sorry to hear that. Is it something you ate? If it hurts very bad, then that is bad. Very sorry to hear that. Oh, well, that is good news, though. Happy to hear that side of it. Thank you for the like, and really glad to hear that you're on the way to recovery. Okay, so where are we at? Do you do any Minecraft or other games to help with any distraction? Oh, let's go up here and take a look at what we've done so far. Oh, well, glad that I can be of some help. We've spent a fair amount of time trying to improve our audio quality on the stream over the last year to date. And we do go live every day. We're a little bit later today than we typically are on Sundays, but we stream Minecraft every day. During the week, it's usually between 10, 11 a.m. Pacific is when we start. So the time varies, and then we play for about an hour or two. Friday nights and Saturday evenings, we play Satisfactory. And Sundays and Mondays, we play Planet Crafter. So generally, again, earlier in the morning. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we've spent a lot of time in the world. It's kind of complicated on how much, but the world itself is give or take 6 years old, but we haven't been playing actively that whole time. It's been gradually going from sporadic builds to maybe this farm or that farm would be nice to where we are now, where everything is part of a story that we're actually trying to write an actual novel, and then all the builds are elements of that story, so giving them a purpose. This is Overmorrow. We're going to go sleep and then we'll head to Inkwood. And that will probably be the extent of what we see today. But if you check out our VODs on YouTube, you can catch the full 2-hour world tour. Or if you check out I think it's pinned on TikTok now, we have a time-lapsed version that's about 30 minutes where we visit Haven's End and the Garden Temple and some other projects that we're working on. But for now, this is Overmorrow. There actually is a flower house planned. Where is it? I think it's over here. So we're actually going to build a florist. last stream we ran out of signs, but we laid down the framework and started collecting some flowers and other like, saplings and things like that. So there will be a florist. And if you have a name for it, we might put that on a sign somewhere on the inside. But yeah, so well, these are hard to see, but we have the two towers on either side here. One is 256, one is 320. So the different heights of the Minecraft world since we started playing. Our Adventurer's Gate, which I think we might actually expand up a little bit and make it a little wider. We have a Cleric's Guild, Park, and then we have a number of other like little warehouses, bamboo, string. Lavender Cottage. I'll make a note of that. Oh, Lavender Cottage. Yeah. Right now, I'm more open to building ideas and names and whatnot because we're small enough I can accommodate things. So I will do that. I do need to get some signs. So let's cut down some bamboo. Never hurts to have that. Oh, not a problem. At some point I won't be able to, but right now I'm small enough that I can do requests like that, so I don't mind while I'm able to. This particular world is a bedrock realm, vanilla bedrock. I have considered getting a Java world in addition to testing some like world portability and stuff like that, but I haven't got around to it just yet. But that does bring up another point of our play style. We have 3 accounts that I use to play on here. So we play on a PC, Chromebook, Switch, and mobile. We have the account that we're playing on now. We have our AFK account, which it's logged out right now, but we will set that character somewhere in here. Well, whatever farm we need a resource of. So they have a little hut in here and then at other farms. And we'll just log in and let that sit there as long as we need. There we go. Okay. Let's do that. Can I do? Can I do? What do I need for a sign? Sign. Oh, is it a hanging sign? Oh, can you just? Oh, that's right. The signs just hang. Okay. So let's do that. Oh, purple. What do we got? So that's not a die then. Yeah, why that didn't work? Purple die. Well, so we need blue and red. Okay, so we'll make a note of that. So I don't think I have any of those flowers here, so I'll I'll add that to a note on the sign. Let's go. Let's pull our sign out. There we go. Oh yeah, so this is our string factory. So we have 60 or so blocks below. We have a spider spawner. Yeah, that is a good idea. I haven't done much with signs yet, but yeah. So this is our bed. Where is our flower shop? Somewhere around here. Maybe we just fly. I know we put some stuff. Oh, that's right. That's right. We put it over here behind our park. I moved it over here because I wanted to start filling things in from this side so we can control the view of the third realm looking on the Adventurer's Gate. But this is... Okay, and this is going to be... Yeah. Uh, uh, lavender. Uh, cottage. And then we'll make a note. And purple and glowing. All right. We'll put some stuff. Yeah, we'll put some of this in here. Why not? We can fix it up later. Oop, forgot to press it back. We can always make more sounds later. Oh, you're welcome. One of the benefits of being one of our early community, early part of the community. Oops. Should probably not reload our rockets while we're flying. Actually, we need to go back because I think we need to check our rocket supply. I mean, I like to have 2 or 3 stacks on us. But yes, yeah, we'll keep that name, and then as I find some blue and red flowers, I'll make the purple dye and get that changed over. But at least there's a note to remind me to do that now. Some paper. Let's see if we got any TNT in here. Gunpowder. Yeah, but doing buildings or naming buildings, those are things that I have on my kind of short list of things I want to be able to make point redeemable. But for now, if people come in and ask nicely, then we'll have to bump that up in priority so we can get something going here. So we can do lots of rockets. Okay. I want to keep 3 stacks on us, so that means we drop off 2 and keep 2. We can condense our carrots. Then that works. Okay. But yeah, and until we're hit a more stable, larger community size, I'm probably not going to turn on the point redemption kind of stuff yet, just yet. So I won't be able to make everyone's request, but if it's reasonable, I'm happy to try to incorporate it. Are we stable? Yeah. Although we're not that stable. Veer off this way. Okay, so we should be coming up on Inkwood pretty soon. So it doesn't have as much done as Overmorrow, but hopefully it's a nice surprise to see. Not a problem. Art, not a problem at all. Just watching is plenty. Yeah, any support, watching, anything like that is always appreciated. There's no expectations. And point redemption on some things will be, well, the purpose of that is so that money won't have to be involved. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. 'Cause I think you can get points, and I think I'm calling them steps on Twitch, and then you can get. I guess we'll go up here and look at Inkwood real quick, and then follows and watch time. I think get points. I think I have it set up for some things in TikTok. Still getting that under my belt, but that way it's more about the watch time gets points versus requiring money. Not that people can't gift, but I don't want that to be a requirement. So this is Inkwood here on the inside of this wall. So we're gonna rough it up later, but for now we're just taking it down. Yes, we're live on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. YouTube is mostly it's where our VODs go, so we just stream straight to YouTube for that. But you can technically watch there, and then stream on Twitch. You're trying to make affiliate there, and then our goal here is our milestone is 500 on our way to 1,000 on TikTok on followers. There's kind of arbitrary things there, but something to work towards. So here in Inkwood, we're starting our village in the back, and you're going to see the wall kind of snaking around, and then this is all going to get dug out too, like the other two sides we'll show in a second. There's a little like koi pond down here. This is like a little warehouse. These are elements that are in the story that we're writing, which is why they're kind of framed out a little bit more than the rest of the place. There's a well inside of here, or at least a spot for a well that will take us into a controlled tunnel in the nether that will take us to a library that's 15,000 blocks away, but it's in the middle of the ocean. The idea being like the hidden knowledge of Inkwood. So a little bit of a magical element to it. The lake back here, we're going to make deeper, and then we'll have a waterfall on the west side here, or the south side there, and the north side here. This direction is west, straight back. Yeah, and we can kind of see it coming around now, see the depth that we have. And then you can see like geodes coming out as we're digging down on, I guess this would be the east side. And then we've been working on the west side here, trying to get it down to the same level here. which is like around 0 to 5y, and then we're going to take the rest of it down to bedrock once we get all 3 sides there. And then our bridge is just a placeholder bridge. It'll actually be something resembling a bridge when we're done, but we just need something practical to get in and out of Inkwood for now. And we have our happy gas here that we're going to use for like roughing up the walls and stuff once we get to that point. They're fairly useful for working under projects. So if you have like a floating island or something, that'd be good. But they're not good for projects that require you to get off and on them a lot, and not good for projects where you have to dig down. And I am just realizing I cleared out all those shulkers at Overmorrow and left them behind. Well, no time to cry over left behind shulkers. We'll just have to keep digging. Oh, that's right. That's right. We got everything down to Y40 last time, which was our goal. So now we have to decide where we want to start digging down further. Yes, mine trip media on everything, on Blue Sky, everywhere else. I think if you do exclamation social, I think it's social on TikTok, it will give you a link to my link tree. So linktree/mine trip media. I wonder if it will work if I do it. Socials. Okay, I'll just take it. I think that means that. So I think that's right. I guess my Xfinity, well, it's showing the goals correctly, but the custom commands don't look like they came through. But anyway, that will give the link to everything. So it's Mind Trip Media on everything. I think YouTube has a space in it. Like Mind Trip Space Media, I think. Or one of them does, but they're all correct on the link tree there. So yeah, YouTube, YouTube, Twitch, Blue Sky, Pinterest, all of that. So I think we'll cut down this wall along this line. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll just take this line to that wall, and we'll take it down to Y30. And then we'll have at it. But yeah, let me know if you have any trouble with the link tree link or any of those, and I can repost those. And thank you for asking. So I think the follows, and there should have been a announcement for follows and yeah. Oh, okay. So if the animation is coming through, the audio came through too. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we've been slowly getting to Xfinity going. Is there something on the Git tools? Sitting there a long time. Oh, thank you, Hart. Appreciate it. That's oh, that's the gift. Okay. Bear with me one moment. Good. Is it this one? Oh, oh, it's not in goals. It's in. Oh, there it gifts. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Still trying to get some of the Dickfinity stuff worked out. Yeah, on YouTube, there's links to the VODs, the gaming channel, which we need to put more on. And there's also a link to our Lego build channel there as well. So we've got something like 45 or so Lego videos. And I have another video recorded. I just need to get back to it because I guess it's been about a year since we put there knitting there, and I want to get back to the Lego builds as well. Because we have 3 or 4 small kits, and then we have some big ones like Steampo, Mario and Yoshi. We have the Eiffel Tower set. All of that will require a change in living environments before we can put that one together. It's about 3 feet tall and 10,001 pieces, so I don't really want to move with that one. And oh, and if you don't mind me asking, what do you think of our layout on TikTok here? The hand cam, face cam, and like slide of the game that we're playing. So I'm trying to figure out what everyone wants to see and what's useful. On the Twitch followers, I did write a React app. I guess you would call it an app. A React snippet that will replace that and fits more in the aesthetic of what we have the face and hand cam as, kind of that rustic forest kind of look. Well, I do like the bright yellow, trying to stick more to a theme. Oh, nice. Thank you for all the follows. Okay. I will make a note to increase those. It's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, it's that. Okay. So if we do that, I'll make a note. Make this part bigger for now. Oh, okay. Well, let's focus on FaceTime first, though. I'll do the frame. Then yeah, whatever went wrong, changing things live. That's better. Okay. Let's see if I can do that for our home cam as well. Thank you for letting me know as well. The hand cam, I also need to get better lighting for it and get it kind of more like over a better overhead camera, because right now it's just an angled camera. But the purpose of that is we haven't played in, other than what we just did, searching for dyes. We haven't played with a keyboard in like about 3 years now, maybe more. We play with kind of non-traditional input devices, kind of testing it out, seeing what other ways we can play, not just Minecraft, but other games. So we've done things like the Razer Tartarus, the Logitech joystick, controller. We don't have the buttons, so it wasn't quite what we were looking for, but we have the Xbox adaptive controller. And we have a few other things that we want to try too, like some pedals and Leap Motion and some other non-traditional input devices. Leap Motion is kind of the one I'm looking forward to. Yeah. I like my Cyborg here too, and then I also like playing on my Switch as well. And even with that, we play Switch with the Joy-Cons on, and we also play with the Pro controller, and also the little adapter that the Switch comes with, where you can plug in the Joy-Cons to it to make it into a controller. And we actually just got our Switch 2 yesterday and got, Minecraft and Mario Kart going on that, and been playing around with that and enjoying it so far. Oh, sweet. Oh, we're not to the right level yet. Okay. But I guess we could put something here so it's not so dark on screen. That, yeah, I like playing with kind of the non-traditional and just seeing how it feels. The Leap Motion is what I'm looking forward to, because it's hand gestures. So kind of like a Wii, but without the controller. So I'm kind of curious how that will work, if I can make that work. So let's see, controller. So do you play on mobile, or is it like Xbox or PlayStation, or is it a controller for PC? So this is 30, so if we go down one more, we could put that there, that lights it up, and now we can start placing it on the floor to mark down that we're at our next stopping point. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I have a PlayStation 1, but I do not have any of the Xboxes. I have all of the Nintendo stuff, except for, I think there's one of the 3DSs I'm missing. But I don't know, maybe one day we'll expand. But I've heard a lot about Minecraft on Xboxes, particularly in, oops, I didn't need to cut that down. Right here. Let's switch this up, because Pixel Riffs of the Spawn Chunks podcast and Pixel Riffs on YouTube, I think they started off playing on Xbox as well, kind of before they made a career out of Minecraft. Back when the whole world was only like 800 by 800, so the whole world of Minecraft would fit in the city that we have going in the Nether that we're working on. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know that channel. I might have to check that out. Because my background is actually electronics too, so when I've fixed a few little things in some of the stuff I have, and one of the projects that I never have time for, oops, would be doing something with an Arduino, but making like a simple cartridge game. Odd tinkering. Okay. I'll have to give that a look. I'll have to check that out later. Right. Um, oh, little rubber ducky in his videos when he washes the console parts. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, I haven't done any like serious, I guess, restoration, like repairing any, capacitors or anything on the. Oh wait, is this the? Oh, this was the outside wall, wasn't it? Oh yeah, so we didn't actually need to do that. Oops. Oop, that's that. Yeah, that's a nice nice touch, and I can definitely see that being needed. With the computer repair that I've done in the past, I can definitely see cleaning being necessary. Like going from a yucky brown to pristine, green or blue, whatever the base motherboard is. Which is something else on our list too. I haven't been able to build a PC in quite a while, so I'm hoping one of these years I'm able to do that, and then I would probably do like an unboxing of the parts and then putting that together, and wanting to do custom water cooling myself in it. But all of that stuff is not cheap. The mineral water cooling that I've seen looks pretty cool too, but I don't know if I would want to try that myself on a first go. Oh yeah, I mean the water cooling itself, you can spend $1,000 easily just on the cooling side of things. And you can probably cut that down if you limit to cooling to maybe your GPU and CPU. So yeah, your graphics card and CPU. Yeah, that makes sense. Something like that, because you would want something that isn't going to potentially lead to corrosion and has a high evaporation point so that you don't leave any residue behind that could cause corrosion. Because if you leave water behind and don't get it all, you can lead to degradation of the components and uh, if any water is in there when you turn it on, say maybe like gets under a transistor or something like that, the water is more than likely not clean at that point, so it can conduct electricity, and then you end up burning out components. And as we called it in some of my electronics courses, the magic smoke comes out. So what you clean electronics with is important. That's why if you're not experienced and just want to do water cooling, I think they call it like AIO, so all-in-one cooling systems. Those are the way to go if you want kind of the entry level water cooling, because then all the sealing and water cleaning has all been done ahead of time, and it's a closed system, and you don't have to clean it really. I mean, it might get less efficient over time, so you have to replace it, but it's a little safer to go than doing like getting your own PVC pipe, a special kind of it, and bending all the pipes yourself and making sure all the gaskets are good. Because if you take, what is it, like pure distilled water, if you were to put like connections from 9-volt battery, run wires into a cup of it, and then put like a multimeter in it. If the water is purely distilled, it wouldn't conduct. But as soon as you put some, let's say it's like salt or something else in it, the water would become conductive. Little electronics 101 there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the pure water is why it's not conductive, but it doesn't take much to make water conductive. And yeah, I mean, because if you're working with a battery, it's also a little different. But if you're working with any kind of current, you should always have someone around ready to turn off the power. And they should be aware that they should not touch you. They should turn off the power first. Which is totally unrelated to Minecraft, but just a general safety thing there. That was one of the things that we had to do when we were making electrostatic lifters. So if you think like yeah, if you're getting shocked by something that's plugged into a wall, don't touch the person, turn off the wall power. Or unplug it from the wall, but yeah. Okay, so we can do this. Okay, let's do this. But yeah, electrostatic lifters were fun as well. Those are, I think, like the static coming off of a balloon. If you have a light enough object, that static can actually make things fly. It depends on the rubber gloves, and it's also kind of dangerous because if the rubber gloves have a hole, electricity will find a way in. And the examples that that I was given is if they're on, some kind of like extension cord or something, that cord is going to move, and if something happens where they end up touching a part of you that doesn't have the glove, then you're now going to be part of that circuit. So yeah. Oops. And this bottom line, if you're not an electrician, be careful with electricity because it is not a joke. Because the part of the issue with these things coming out of the wall is it's still AC. So it will cause you to not be able to let go of it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like static electricity in my hair, but when you can harness it and like run it through aluminum foil, basically, you can make little self-levitating kites. Although I would probably stick to watching videos for that, unless you're under, an experienced, electrician guidance, because electrostatic lifters are incredibly dangerous. Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah, changing something with the directional field of the electricity, I'm guessing, and then causing it to head to ground some other way. Oh, which on the computer repair side, though, that's another thing. If you see people wearing these like wrist with like coily strings next to it attached to some piece of metal, it's for that same reason, is that you can generate electricity that you can't feel. So the static electricity, and it can be enough that you won't feel it, but the parts in the computer will. So people wearing those wrist guards and connecting it to like an unplugged in power supply um, is to discharge the electricity into, I guess, basically the capacitors in that, so that you don't fry any of the really sensitive components. Who was it? I think it was they can be. So if you like running your feet across, carpet or something and building up the electrons, they're basically building up on the outside of your body because your skin is a fairly good insulator. Then when you touch metal, all of that built up potential is running to ground. And that's why you feel a shock from static electricity. which is different than if you were to get shocked by like, a battery or like flowing electricity, which you should avoid. Yeah, trampoline. I remember that. Yeah, trampolines can build up a lot of static electricity. Oh, we might do Minecraft a little bit longer and do Planet Crafter in a bit because we're making some good progress here. Right. Yeah, I did a lot of trampoline. I did some, was it Sky Zone stuff? I never did the moving trampoline though, but that would be an interesting physics experiment. But I have done skydiving before. Which is another interesting physics phenomenon, I guess, experience. Yeah, if you're scared of heights, don't do it. But it is well, I thought it was fun and interesting because in skydiving, you don't feel like you're falling the way you would like falling on a bed. So they're two totally different experiences. Because if you fall out of bed, you're falling out of a stationary object. If you fall out, or when you jump out of a plane, you're jumping out of a moving object. So you don't actually feel the sensation of falling. You feel the wind, but you don't have that sensation of falling that you would like when you trip or fall out of bed or something like that. Did before, so this is pretty good here. Okay. Uh, yeah. Well, yeah. You would have. Oh, your air resistance would probably be relatively similar, but you would have more time to reach terminal velocity if you're skydiving. So the wind will be faster than it would falling on a bed, which you would never hit. Hopefully, you would never hit falling on a bed. Hopefully, your bed is never that high. Uh, but yeah, the air resistance keeps planes in the air, and also if you've ever seen the wing tips on some of the newer planes, so not where the wing isn't just level at the ends, it flares up. That's used to keep a plane straighter while it's flying, so it burns less fuel. Yeah, if a bunk bed is too high, yeah, definitely don't go skydiving. Although I don't know if this would be too high or not, but they have, I think it's Fly Zone, it's called. I don't know what all cities that they're in, but it's indoor skydiving, skydiving in air quotes. So it's rather than jumping out of anything, you just walk into a room and there's basically a giant fan on the floor that blows up air at speed. And you just kind of float a few feet off the ground. Ah, yeah, probably better to just watch YouTube videos of people doing that then. Uh, Save yourself the scare. Oh, that part I wouldn't worry about because their fans are variable speed and they're definitely not going to let one fly higher than what the room is rated for. But if heights scare you, then no, don't let anyone like pressure you into going. On those kind of things, I think you could go watch someone, see if it changes your mind, and if not, just don't do it. Like it should be fun, and if it's scary, then it's not gonna be fun. So, uh, well, yes, unlikely, but I guess that is a possibility. But that would be like falling out of your bunk bed kind of thing. So if that is scary, then yeah, probably avoid it. I mean, you could go watch people if you wanted to, but avoid doing it yourself if that's scary. All right, so we got 2 more levels here. Okay. And we're okay. So I think we'll probably go another 10 minutes or so on Minecraft, and then maybe we won't stop the stream. I'll just. I hope that's what you're going for. Ah, good. That's is what I'm going for. Yeah, I'm trying to be kind of the chill, relaxing kind of stream, kind of a second monitor kind of thing. Ah, okay. That will do it too. So, all right. So let's get a little more of this. Let's see. So 8, 9, 10. So what would that be? Somewhere in like Middle Europe? Not that you have to say. Just trying to test my geography knowledge. All right, so let's do this. Oops. let's not fall down the hole. Not that it would be that deep, but still. Oh, just what time zone that was? Like, I think that would be past London. So yeah, I was just curious what time zone it was. Because 3 hours would be the East Coast US, would be 10. 11 Atlantic. Six, 5 or 6 time zones for the Atlantic. There we go. Oh, so it'd be like UTC, like Greenwich. Yeah, okay. That was close. Oh, that shift in the rain stopping, the vibrant visuals always gets me. Well, happy that you're sticking around. If you ever get tired, like don't feel like you have to stay. Don't want you to, suffer and lose sleep. Today we streamed a little bit later than usual. I try to stream a little bit earlier in the day on Sundays, but we just had some other things come up. Yeah, I do like some of the Minecraft sounds as well. That is why is it our follow? I think it's our follow that we put as the creeper explosion. Because I've seen other people do like point redemptions to scare streamers, I guess, with the creeper sound. So I just thought I would make that my new follower sound. Are we almost? Oh yeah, we're almost there. Okay, perfect. So this gets us to 30 by 30, and then we can start on this side at some point, but we're probably going to do like a be right back, and maybe we'll just do it all in one stream. The VOD will be a little weird, but and TikTok will still show playing Minecraft, but I do want to get some Planet Crafter, and maybe we'll push that off. I'll do that later today. Because I am Pacific West Coast time zone in the US, so still reasonably early for me. Have you ever heard of Planet Crafter or seen anyone play it before? It's kind of an open, semi-open world, and like the focus is you're adding machines and plants to increase the oxygen, pressure, and temperature of the planet. Oh, how do you have to smelt ore? Yeah, that seems to be like a common mechanic in a lot of games. Like getting the ore, but then you can't actually do anything with it until you smelt it one level. So I guess they're kind of following that trope, but I think that's the one use case that I have for the auto crafter is being able to feed in raw minerals to it and have it auto smelt them for me. So I only have one setup, I think. Yeah. One system set up where I just chop down a bunch of bamboo, and then I have two auto crafters, and one turns them into the bamboo blocks, and then another turns the bamboo blocks into the, what do they call it? Oh, the planks. So it turns the bamboo blocks into the bamboo planks. But I'm with you there, especially since some of the experience has been cut out from the furnaces. I'm not as big a fan of some of those changes. Yeah, I do like bamboo, the new wood types. Um, I like a good portion of the vibrant visuals. Like some of this gets a little plasticky, so I'm hoping at least in the desert and like, sun's probably sun is directly above us. So I'm hoping we get a little control over the hue. The cherry wood. Yeah, I like the cherry wood as well. We have a little path to a cherry wood coming out of the back of Barter's Bay, which is another town that we have. Which I guess we haven't visited Barter's Bay in a while. Maybe we'll do that one of these days. Although we're kind of visiting some of these places now more in order that they come into the story. So right now we're still at Oasis City, which needs to be lined out. And then from there, we'll make our way to the Garden Temple and then to Barter's Bay. But yeah, I do like the cherry blossoms. I like the petals and stuff that come with it. Some of those things that give a little more... Oh, oops. Do we have any... Okay, let's go drop this off and get a bunch of wood because we're losing too much material. There we go. When it was like the little town demo, I don't know if... I don't recall that. But my experience, I guess, came a little bit later. I didn't start playing till like late 2019. I had heard of it, but it was like a group of friends who put a server together for a little while. And so they had already set up a world, and I just kind of spawned in into like a safe area. Yes. Okay. That's where I kind of remembered. So I didn't actually do it, but I think Pixelverse has talked about that when he started. Because when I started, and then I started this world new, it's when I started this realm. Yeah. I just appeared in the middle of a forest. There wasn't really any tutorial. Oh. Yeah, speaking of the smelting, this is kind of my setup now is I just use the barrel on this, and then I get a little bit of experience about it, but it can't store it up. Yeah, I think that probably would have been a good way to go, like bumping up the tutorial, like even now, basically having just like a really tiny world tutorial that shows you how to do things. But I think that's the struggle that they have on how much do they want you to figure out, and how much do you go to the community and whatnot. because the name escapes me, but it's come up on the spawn checks a few times of a guy in, I want to say Japan, who's been playing without. It's been. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's go get some flowers. Let's go get all the flowers here, because we need the red and blue for the purple. But the guy in Japan was playing without basically the Minecraft wiki. Okay. So we get them all. We have red and blue, which is the important ones. Okay, good. Oh, some red and blue ones over here. Let's go get a few more. So he discovers things a lot slower, and some things don't get put together as quickly. The example being like, is it the enchanting table? So like the structure of books you can put around the enchanting table to make it work better isn't something that's intuitive. And I think that's where Mojang struggles on what do they actually want. How much do you struggle and how much do you teach? But I think I'm a fan of more sand in the box, and I think you should make like a demo available, but don't just drop people in it. And that way, if people want to learn, they can use the demo, and if they don't want to, they can just kind of drop straight in. Wow. This is a dangerous field here, and I am going to leave. Okay, we're going to sleep, and then we're going to go get some more, come out here again, get some more wood, because we need some chests. And we got that bamboo and left it in Overmorrow. But yeah, I'm a fan of a good tutorial and a good kind of optional tutorial. Yeah, that's one of those things I think they've struggled with too, is kind of identifying the buckets. And not that it would be exhaustive, but I kind of put things in the combat bucket, a builder bucket, and an explorer bucket. And kind of considering all of those whenever you add features, I think is important. And Mojang would have more access. Like you could refine those buckets more, and there might be other ways to describe it. Breaking down combat to versus player versus environment, that kind of stuff. But and I don't think they take enough advantage of the different gameplays and difficulties. So it's kind of a weird color. So you have like easy, medium, and hard, but you also have like survival, creative, and hardcore worlds now. So those are things where you could, maybe you every time you fight the dragon or something, you get wings, or maybe you find it in chests in the end, and you don't actually have to fight the dragon. That's an idea that I've mentioned on stream. I mean, not exactly, but similar, where you have some predefined things like builder fighter that have a certain set of configurations with them, and you can just play them out of the box. But there's a lot of things that could be configurable of, maybe how many slabs you get out of a block, or whether villagers always have a certain trade or something like that, and you could customize that. Like pick builder and then customize the builder profile to what you actually want, because maybe you don't want everything that's there. Or maybe you just really have a vendetta against phantoms, and the only mob you really want is phantoms to fight and everything else is kind of friendly. Yeah, I'm definitely builder as well, which is why I think other than when we did the dragon fight, we never carry a sword. Like the pickaxe and axe are good enough, and they're a lot more useful for the building. And what do we want? How much rockets do we have on us? Because we might be able to show that. Yeah, I think maybe we'll do that. But let's go. We can follow our path. So one of the other things we're doing is with these cities, villages, like story points that we're building, is we're building paths to the next one as well, so that you could follow the story in Minecraft as you're kind of reading along. And with the Minecraft aesthetic, you still have to have some suspension of disbelief. But we're gonna head over. We're just gonna do a quick look and come back. But we're gonna head to. So this is a desert that we're leveling for the sandstone because of this building here. We'll see if we can land somewhere on here. Backside, and then we'll fly to the front side here in a second. So the inside was our original pyramid. We just wanted to build something big, no real purpose. And then as we started developing the story, we wanted to build something bigger and with a little more detail. So we're converting it into a step pyramid. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. What was it? One of the Minecraft announcements a while back, they had something like that with the snow pattern. And like some lights around, I guess, that affected how deep the snow layers would get. And I guess they didn't figure anyone would figure it out right away, but it was basically a QR code in the snow. Oops. I'll fly around the sides here. So this tower is going to come down, but this is the perimeter of our pyramid. Draining the ocean because this is going to be a bedrock to build height kind of project. So yeah, quite a large project. And Barter's Bay is, oh, we have enough. Yeah, we have enough over there. Let's fly this. That is a good idea. Is it this way? No. Okay, so maybe it's this side. There it is. There's Barter's Bay. Theme park. Yeah, yep. That is on the list of things to do. So at some point, I want to do kind of like a capital city. Can we make it to the roof? Yeah. And then do some kind of not like a modern theme park, but Oh yeah, so it'd be a theme park in kind of the fantasy style, slightly steampunk, but make make use of some redstone and uh, mine carts for like simple roller coasters, put in some sniffers and happy gas and whatnot. But this is the front side of Barter's Bay, so that we started framing out. The copper is just aging there, so that's not actually part of anything. I think we're gonna cut down one of these trees or repurpose this because the purpose here was to kind of block the door, but put like a copper tree here. Yes, they I don't know if they're worlds like that now, but they do little things like that if you're playing uh, certain like open worlds or um, whatever features turned on. Basically, you get like Halloween or chest turns into like Christmas presents. So that feature gets turned on. They have some of that, and then every April Fools, they do make, I guess, a whole new world that you can download, and then they change the mechanics of it like drastically to be kind of funny, but it's only in that world, so it doesn't actually affect any of your other worlds. Oh, is it this way? Yeah, this way. Yeah, so I guess it wouldn't be spooky, but I mean, you could make something like that, and that's. I do want to do some like spookier, uh, like cities and whatnot. So, like the ravine around Inkwood, I want to make a little spookier. Uh, where is it at? Is it over here? Oh, there's our village. Oh well, outside of Inkwood. Is it here? It's gonna be over here somewhere. Yeah, there are some like abandoned villages that are naturally generated in the world too. But I would probably use that as a foundation and then expand on that. And I want to kind of work that into, if not this story, another story of how does that village like fit into the story? Did something happen? Did they just leave? Is it a bigger part of the story? Do we already know what's going to happen? Like, is it like a plague type thing or something else? Oh, can we? Oh yeah, we have that down there, so we can make chests. So I want to do things like that, and then um, we don't have like a city dedicated to it, but the kind of white vault wall that we saw at Overmorrow and the gate heading out, that was Adventurer's Gate. So the idea there is there's a bunch of torches on the wall which aren't going to stay in that configuration, but we are going to put like torches, lanterns, and stuff all along the wall in a not a grid pattern, but in something more organic. That feels like every time some adventurer went across the bridge, they left a lantern to let someone know they left. And not so dramatic that they never come back, but some don't. And maybe they joined other villages or whatever the case might be, but that's the idea. Oops. So I'm trying to like use the stories to keep my builds in line and keep them kind of focused. And then some stories will be available. If it's just Minecraft, then it'll be on the GitLab. There'll be like a builder's journal there, so that will be public free because it's Minecraft. But the stories, like I'll make like actual like novels. And it'd be, the novels will be to buy, but if you're sticking to the streams, you'll know the story and you'll get the books essentially for free by sticking around. Oh, that's right. So we need blue dye. Actually, let's do all the blue dye, all that, and now we can have all the purple dye. Great. Now we just need to find some glow squids somewhere eventually. Alright, so this is the wall that we want to work down, so let's work down this line. So I'm hoping the story kind of thing is something people are interested in. I haven't watched them, but I think there's acrylic, something like that. That does that. Yeah, glow squids. I don't remember the introduction, but I remember it being a little like blasé. I don't know that I mind glow squids. Like, other people might like them. Like, I'm not against them, but I think there could have been other additions with it that would have made the update more exciting. Yeah, I mean, I guess it adds that flair of being able to make things glow, but and I guess that's where ink comes from, but yeah, I think I don't mind extra life in Minecraft, so I think adding glow squid should have come with something like an octopus. I mean, squids already had ink, so I don't know what octopus could do, but they could definitely figure out something, and something maybe more outside the box too, like maybe octopus give you the ability to get some kind of ink that you can enchant, or they drop, I don't know, a beak or something, and you equip it, and then your pickup radius of blocks gets increased. Something like that. Did I fill up my inventory already? I did. So, yeah, I'm on board for the octopus and things like that, and using them to add kind of quality of life add-ons. Yeah, I'm all for more crops as well. Let's put that there. Yeah, we forgot our shulkers, which is not good, but maybe what we'll do is we'll put something over here. Yeah, a single box that'll remind us, so we can put this stuff and remind ourselves to pick this up before we leave. Yeah, I hear the argument that it might be complicated to add that kind of stuff, but I don't think it really would be. Like, from my experience in development, if the engine behind it is good, which it sounds like they put a lot of work into upping that, it wouldn't be bad adding other crops. I mean, you're adding other assets and things for the game to remember, but I think that then just becomes an engineering challenge on how you handle the memory consumption and caching and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. The issue would come in not in the initial crops, but later on. So the scaling of the memory required. So you just have to have clever ways of loading, like the way they have chunk loaders, like loading and unloading that stuff so that any of the animations and stuff don't get rendered if they're not going to be seen. But none of that should be a reason not to add it. It should just be, we'll add it whenever we figure out that challenge. And yeah, I think adding more crops like rice, like getting a system in place that allows you to add crops whenever you have a good idea. So, you want to add feature, whatever, and then, all right, let's implement rice, and then let's let rice be craftable, and then we can also do this other feature that we want. Yeah. Yeah. However it spawns, but yeah, I'm a fan for other crops like that too, and I think rice would be a good one because you could introduce more colors through crops. So you've got the green for the carrot tops and yellow for the wheat. Rice you could have a little bit something maybe a little bit more on the white side or some other like whether you wanted to go more stylized or more natural. And then you could work it into food, and you could also work it into, I don't know, stews and soups and whatnot that maybe give you other effects or something. So like people that don't want to fight the wither to get beacons, maybe rice could give you haste or something, any number of things. Anything that people are asking for quality of life for, good. That's a good idea too, because then you have a couple systems of increasing effects. So you could have your spice system, your enchanting system, and that way, like food and stuff would be easier for the easy modes and like peaceful modes, and you wouldn't have to worry about. Oh, oh, uh, well, lost my train of thought there, but yeah. Oops. I think having multiple systems, leans into the difficulties and play styles and whatnot, and it could tie in nicely kind of into the builder fighter system as well. Then you could kind of customize it from there. So maybe you're a fighter, but you want the food stuff, so you turn that feature on. I mean, there are mods and people can do that kind of stuff, but I think the mod should be for things that will really like never make it into the game. So if you're like factory stuff, I don't see like traditional factory stuff. I don't see ever making it in, so that's a good spot for mods. Yeah, I agree. I think they have a little bit of an identity crisis of trying to determine how much of the sandbox element to lean into and how much of the game, and then how much or how they educate the community on how things are going, because the new like drop scheme for the game doesn't work because people still use the version numbers, because a drop doesn't work if you make a change. Right? Like it's because even if you're doing an Android, Windows, whatever version of an operating system, the initial number helps some, but you often, if you have any kind of troubleshooting, the first thing a support person is going to ask is what the full version is. So I think drops should be more like capes and whatnot, and then sticking to numbers. But and deciding like, do you do the demos for educating and direct people to the wiki, something like that. Is this the wall? This is the wall. Okay, good. I mean, some things like the happy gas I think are good ideas, and the vibrant visuals is a good start, but there's some opportunities I think are missed. And from listening to the spawn chunks, it sounds like some of the, at least the speculation, is like wanting to put, the time in, time out kind of thing. Yeah, different cultures could be. Yeah, like cultural elements are definitely a part of what makes some of it challenge too, and that's where I think I'm being a fan of adding more sand in the box than not. Because if you have kind of a out of the box experience, but you let people change that, then you kind of let people choose the way they want to play. All right, we need to drop off some stuff. And I think that there's an education edition as well, so you could do more real world stuff too if you wanted to introduce other cultures like actually in game that way as well. There we go. Because that's where I think some of it comes through too, is trying to do real world stuff as well as not real world stuff, and then sometimes those decisions kind of collide, like the initial Firefly thing, which if you're leaning into all real, then it makes sense. But I mean, Grant, we do have like Firefly bushes now, which is good. But yeah, that's something I hear a lot too. Because there's, well, I mean, I haven't run into them, not on Java at the moment, but there's data packs and mods, and they get updated differently. And I think it was Joel Duggan, also the Spawn Chunks, had to like go back and redo all the furniture because of a mod issue. And I don't think it was a terribly difficult task, but it's still one of those things that can be a friction point. So I would be a fan of, we're at 2 hours now. Having some basic furniture at least, and then mods could, add on to that if they wanted to. Because you have a bed in Minecraft, but you don't have anything else. So I think, yeah. Like, I like people being clever and doing, syncs and whatnot with other things, but I think having a sync is also good. And some of the podcasts that I hear that's kind of the pushback of wanting people to be creative, but I don't think it really limits it. So I think people who don't want to spend the time doing that will just take the sync out of their inventory, but the people who want to, experiment and be like, this hook and cauldron together look like a sync, will still do it. I think that again comes down to kind of the gameplay of if you're well, if you're a builder and you're on the aesthetic side of a builder, then you might. Well, I guess you could go either way. You might go the putting things together, or you might go the actual furniture route. So. Bad, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna drop off a few things here. Uh, yeah, yeah. That's yeah, I wouldn't necessarily mind that if they took advantage of let's get out of here. The difficulty levels. So maybe in like easy, medium, food doesn't spoil, but in hard it does. And then I don't think they would add something like electricity, but you could have something more old timey, and you have some kind of storage chest that you add salt to or something, and like preserve food that way. You'd also have to have maybe like a backpack or something that you could preserve it to as well. Or I guess food that you pull out of a chest that has salt in it will not decay or something like that, so that it doesn't get too real, but still has some element of increased survival. Okay. But I think that's where I don't see a lot of differences in the difficulties other than like zombies being able to knock down doors or things like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something too. Like I think electricity would be cool as uh like an add-on. Like yeah, like a mod. Uh and how to do it. Like you could have the community do it, but maybe Mojang either sponsors it or assists in somehow on like some kind of official mod where it's not vanilla game, but it is something that you can add if you want. Um, if you don't want kind of the medieval style Minecraft, but you want something more modern. Yeah, like a separate mode. Yeah, there's there's the groundwork for some of that stuff, like you mentioned with lightning storms and whatnot. So I think if you I don't know about like electricity, like in the modern sense of having to have always on electricity, but I think if you could harness like lightning, like having like a say a blue uh, or blue stone instead of redstone, then whenever lightning hit, maybe your city would light up for a few minutes or something like that. Maybe you could have, well, you have what is it, the like the compass thing for what it is that you can charge to set your spawns in the nether. So you could have something like that and charge it up to light up your city. Yeah, I think that you can keep it open and whatnot, the community to do whatever, but then every once in a while, maybe Mojang sponsors a particular something, and then maybe there's a prize, maybe they offer to buy the mod or something, or maybe they just provide some kind of support to something, like something that they want to do, but they don't want in vanilla. I don't know the ins and outs of developing something like that, but I think that would be. Oh, we should go sleep. All right, so let's go just take a peek. Yeah, let's go on the bridge, take a peek. So, and I mean, the goal of making Minecraft, 100-year game, I think is a good one, and I think they'll get there eventually. I think they've gotten some of the code and like the development structure more ironed out, so I think things are starting to get a little smoother, and things like that can potentially happen in the future. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, you mean like having Mojang showcase a product of a mod community? Yeah, yeah. I don't know all the ins and outs, but yeah, I think some kind of sponsorship or something would be kind of cool. An interesting idea, because then even still the runner ups would still get exposure, and just because the mod is out there doesn't mean everyone will like it, and it it exposes people to the possibilities, and they can go with kind of the vanilla flavor that Mojang puts out, but they could also, you know, see what else is out there and experiment around. And I think that could also help Mojang too in like seeing what people are kind of gravitating towards. What, not that they would implement it as someone does, but are people happy with food spoiling in a harder level? Do they not like it at all? Is it something that they want periodically, like maybe in an adventure setting or something like that? There's a lot you could kind of gather from that. Oops. Oh, do we have anything we could drop off? Yeah, let's just drop off some of this stuff. Yeah. Oh, the dirt we want to keep, I think. Okay. Okay. So I think we have a choice here now. We can continue playing Minecraft a bit longer, or I can just immediately cut to Planet Crafter, not as a separate stream, but just as a be right back and then come back to Planet Crafter. I'll uh, I'll give you that choice, Art. Play Minecraft for a little bit more, or do we get our hour or so of Planet Crafter in? And if we do Minecraft, it'll probably only be for 20 some minutes, and then we cut over to Planet Crafter, or we can cut over now. Yeah, yeah, I've been here for a while, which I appreciate. Planet Crafter first. All right, so this one. All right, so I'm not gonna stop the stream this time. We're just going to be right back, and then cut over to Planet Crafter. Okay. We are back. So let's figure out our screen. Okay. There we go. Oh, wow. Thank you for all of the likes. And I need a bigger window so I can actually read that. So this is Planet Crafter. We were going to work on the tower today. Oh, is this working? Oh, this is not working. Oh. Oh, okay. So we need to... There we go. Pull that out. Deconstruct that. So basically, we don't want to deconstruct all of this. How's our oxygen doing? Okay, we're good. Alright, we'll come out and show stuff and then we'll do this. Oh, things have really... wow. Wow, thank you. There you go. Those are up and down. So those are probably not powered now, so those need to be moved. All of our panels need to be moved. How high is this water going to go? Because I really don't want to have to redo everything again. So the goal of this game is terraforming this planet. So you're some kind of criminal, ne'er-do-well kind of person. Some kind of spaceship crashed, and your job is to terraform the planet, and then you get to, I guess, leave. But what we didn't realize here is... Okay. Our communication satellite and whatnot, and even our first layer is going underwater. So I don't know how high we need to make this stuff before it's underwater again. If it's just the first layer, that's not so bad, but I don't want to have to keep undoing stuff. So I think we're going to start maybe going 3 or 4 levels up and then see what that does. Hopefully that water doesn't go that high, but at least it will give us some time. So what do we want to do? What's our inventory like? Okay, so let's move our solar panels. And if there's anything you want me to explain in this game, let me know as well. I mean, this is what, day 6 that we played Planet Craft or something like that. It's been promoted on Steam a few times. If you follow any of the Steam sales, I had someone recommend this to me. I mean, I really like Satisfactory, and then this kind of came out as another recommendation. Is it this one? Yeah, so let's put it there. And build another one here. Right. Just kind of building a wall across the lake here. Hopefully this is high enough. And those lasers are gonna have to move somewhere else. So let's see if we can move those somewhere. Oh, our oxygen level is low and our health. Basically everything is low. But we can drink some water and then this is, I guess, a good example of the different difficulty levels. Oops, missed it. So in the lower difficulty level, so we're playing basically on easy. That's not powers. Got stuff out of here. These need to be moved up. Okay. Oh. Right. Okay, so I need to... Oh, no, I didn't want to deconstruct that. I wanted to use that. There we go. Yeah, so a lot of stuff is underwater, which I don't mind it coming up this level, but I don't want to have to redo all the stuff that we've done on this level. And that's floating for now, but eventually we'll probably fill in the underneath and just have basically kind of a wall that cuts across the water here. And then we can have one of the higher levels connect to it, and that'll be our kind of way out, and then we'll have a base that's kind of in the middle of a lake. At some point there's teleporters, so I can go from like level 1 to level 10, but for now we just have to do it like this. Where's our other side? So we have things like this where we our plants. Right, so oh wait, it's not high enough level 1, so we'll do this one. Are we missing something? We got water, okay. So let's do the water. Where did we put the water? Oh, we need to go up again, maybe? Not really. I mean, you can set your own missions if you want. There is these kind of information screens, and they'll give you what is it, like terraform one? It'll tell you how much you've terraformed. So if you see like in the upper right corner, there's the MTI, which is like the index of terraforming. And our hand cam is covering it up, but under that you have like your level of, well, that's our personal, but you have the level of heat, pressure, and oxygen on the planet, and all of those things will help you. Oh, can I get in on this side? Will help you develop your goals. So you can set your own goals of like, I want to be able to unlock the vehicle or this, that, or the other thing. What were we gonna build? There's YouTube, but we don't have any aluminum, do we? We do have some aluminum, okay. So we'll have to go down the level. Wait. Yeah, okay. So let's yeah, you can grow your own food here, and again, food doesn't really go bad here, but you consume it and you can put it inside of your inventory. Is this the one? Yeah, so like this kind of screen tells you like I'll get the vehicle. Like I can build a vehicle station now, but I can build a vehicle when I hit 17.5 MTI. And then that's the overall terraforming. You have ones tied to oxygen, heat, and pressure. So I'll be able to build a biodome when I get my heat up to 12 microkelvin. A new level of heater at 63 parts per billion. So there's unlocking things like that, but there's no set goals. You get messages from, I guess, other NPCs on other planets. So you could set goals, I guess, that way of helping them out potentially. I haven't got that far to know what all is involved in that, but it sounds like that's an option. Yeah, I need to fill all of this out. So I think that's what I'm gonna spend the next today and tomorrow working on the planet crafter side is figuring out what level to put things on. I believe so. Because you're increasing the level of oxygen on a planet. So at some point, I'm imagining that. Let's put it. Okay. Oh, I don't know what that one is. Okay. At some point, I'm planning I won't need the spacesuit, or at least I won't have to worry about oxygen as much. We have played enough that we've upgraded our oxygen twice, so that lets us go out farther. Oh, and that's what we were trying to say earlier. It was okay. They make good use of the different gameplay. So on easy, when you run out of oxygen or health or dehydrate, you just respawn back in your base, and all of your stuff is on you. So it's like keep inventory on in Minecraft. But you can turn it up farther where your stuff is basically like put in a chest and you have to go back and get it, kind of like Satisfactory. Or you can make it really hard where stuff will despawn, so you have to run back to wherever it was and collect it. So I think they make good use of that. So playing on easy, I use it more as just a good transportation. Like I go out as far as I can, and then yeah, okay. And then just let it teleport me back. Where do we want to put these drills? Because I'm trying to put things in kind of organized patterns. And I'm guessing I can't put these drills on somewhere like there. They have to be somewhere on the ground. Yeah. So maybe we'll do something like this. Turn these around. And we just put them kind of in a line here. Right? Do we have enough? Yeah, so we'll take and as things increase, things automatically unlock. So now we got that new biodome. So that was one of the things we want to build. But first we have to get all of this stuff done. Okay. Okay, let's do... Okay. Do we have enough room for any more? Okay. Iron titanium. Okay, so we're gonna go up this way. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he has good taste. And I like Minecraft every day because we have the story that we're working on, but I like this and Satisfactory for the kind of building elements, and just to get other games in for other inspiration too. Well, okay, so let's maybe this. Can we do? Oh, ouch! Right now. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So you can see our lasers going in the back. And let's go down a level. I think it's this level. Yeah, you can see our power come along too. So let's check what we got going. So we have 2 T3 drills online and 2 T2 drills. So that's one of the things we need to make sure this just stuff is going. Because this isn't like snapshots, like this is live. So now we can see the micropascals of pressure increasing. And the others are just at a point where we don't have enough heaters or whatnot to really. Right, so let's take that down. I think we'll just have to leave all of this here for now. But we could do some more aluminum, I think. Actually, we wanted to get some more of those hab units. Right, do that. Okay. Come here. Deconstruct, deconstruct, deconstruct. Oh. So let's what do we want to do? We can get lots of iron, so let's do that, and let's grab the aluminum. Okay, let's go this way. So our goals then for today will be to get our power. Well, power's back pretty good there. So let's, yeah, our power and our living hab units. So that's what we need to work on for today. Right. And we won't need a lot of these as much with our nuclear reactors, but we're still going to fill this up. We have enough for... We don't have enough aluminum for that. We're going to need to move our capsule or our communications tower there, I think. Oh. Yeah, so this thing in the distance there is our ore miner, which is... instead of having to do it manually in Minecraft, we just get a bunch of random minerals from that thing. Okay. Some of those, what do they call those, like cozy casual kind of games? I have a few of those on my Steam wish list. I've thought about putting those into the mix. If there's any particular that you like, you can definitely mention here or message me, and I can get putting those into the streams as well. I mean, I like, yeah, Minecraft for the story. I like kind of the builder games for like accomplishing something, but I like just simple games as well. I haven't done any of the unpacking on stream, but definitely something that I'd be open to. Build to the left. I feel like I've heard of that one. I might even have it on my Steam list. I have way too many games on my wish list and way too many games I haven't played in general. Okay. Well, I will look into that one. So right now we have a little bit more time to play, so we've been doing Oops. So we're not going to make it very far on aluminum. But we could take some cobalt and turn that into oxygen. Yeah, I'm not super concerned with the storyline in the game itself. I mean, not that I mind those in the games. Oh. Where are we? Oh. I hope we can get up here. Oh, good. This thing? Yeah. Oxygen. Okay. So we probably need a door somewhere over here, right? So... Oh. So, nope. Yeah, the story is just because we're trying to create the thing on Minecraft. But as far as the games that we're playing, either way is really good. Keep doing that. All right, so let's do this. So it doesn't look like we would be able to do much if we can't get this here. So that blocks that. I can't get it down. Okay, let's deconstruct this. So a young woman discovering herself, is that a little to the left? Or unpacking? All right, so let's get this out. Oh, no worries. I was asking if the woman discovering herself, if that was unpacking or if that was the a little to the left. All right. Oh. And cobalts. Okay. Let's go to the surface. Try to get to the surface anyway. Okay. Alright, let's get... Do we have enough iron for that then? Is that why we're missing? Yeah, we're missing that. Okay, fine. Unboxing. I'll have to check that because I feel like I've heard of that, or at least one similar, where it was just like unpacking. They had to deal with moving and unpacking stuff. I don't know if it had a story to it, but it might be the same game. Either way, I'll check out that and a little to the left. Oh, yeah, because like what we were saying earlier, we're doing the Satisfactory Planet Crafter on weekends, but I've thought about throwing something in during week 2 that was kind of a wild card thing. And something like that I think would fit in well in a slot like that. Keeping the Minecraft space, but then seeing what other games people are interested in. gotta be some aluminum around here somewhere because I don't think aluminum comes in the ore extractor. Oh, right, because we needed to build a second ore extractor somewhere over here so that I'd be more likely to produce it. Okay, that's good to know. That sounds interesting. Getting an achievement for putting a jar on that. That's probably a little bit cozier, but not too far off of the story. Well, one of the stories I'm trying to tell. So we're trying to do another one that is unrelated to the story that we're building in Minecraft, and then the Minecraft story. Both of them trying to be on the cozier side of things. And in my notebook of ideas, I do have some that are kind of in that level of cozy. Oh, I think we can go out door here though. And we don't have enough iron, so we should probably get a little iron coming back. Don't know how high this water is gonna go again. Yeah, that's oops. Yeah, those kind of achievements I think are in a game like that make it fun. In addition to the stories, I do have a few games that I have on my backlist, limiting myself to just one so I can actually get one finished. So once one of the books is done, then the next goal is to work on that game. It wouldn't be as big a game as something like that. More like an infinite scroller, but less emphasis on like the action and more something more casual. Oh no, wait, that's farther away. This is the sulfur for the aluminum area, so there should be aluminum around here somewhere. But yeah, I would like to get up to the level of doing little stickers and achievements like that in like small games. There's got to be aluminum coming around somewhere. If not, we're going to have to build another ore extractor here, which is going to be something for tomorrow. Yeah, we could take a little iron with us, I guess. Which, while this isn't really a cozy game, I think if you're into the cozier side of things, I would choose this over Satisfactory, although I really do like Satisfactory as well. But the reason being that there are no mobs in this world. So there's no real there's not any combat as far as I can tell. It's more of a like resource gathering kind of game. You go out, you zap a mineral, and then you build something with it. But it doesn't quite have that sticker for rubber ducky thing. Guess this doesn't really replenish the aluminum very much. I would figure some of the comments that are coming down would do a little bit more. Yeah, this game is a little bit more on the scientific side. You know, plants for oxygen, heaters for the heating up the core, melting ice. But you see the numbers go up, but there's no like scientific explanation for it. So it's not like it's trying to teach a whole lot. So it's I don't know if I would call it calming, but it's on the calmer side. Because like now I get the low oxygen level, but it just respawns me in base, and then I just run out and do it again. Because I don't. Oh, I have some oxygen on it, so it can replenish. So it's lower key in that. Like in Minecraft, you don't have to worry about it's Minecraft when you're getting the minerals, you have to worry about zombies and whatnot if you're not on peaceful. Here, you never have to worry about being attacked by anything. Satisfactory does have mobs, but they make it a little easier in that whenever you're building a factory, the mobs don't come to the factories, and you never lose your stuff. You can choose to keep it on you after respawn, or it goes in a chest, but it never despawns. And it's not quite the rubber ducky level, but they have kind of a sarcastic computer that gives you rewards for doing little things. But not quite as cozy as that unpacking. Alright. Well, let's just do the earth ship, or not the earth, I guess. Not on earth, but planet is shaking, which means some resources should be getting unearthed or unplaneted. Don't actually know what this planet is called. And that's another thing here too. The resources on the ground are there, but you'll also get asteroids that will crash into the planet and get things that way as well. Not resurface necessarily. Like the asteroids will crash and then they'll plant new resources on the surface, or they'll break up rocks. You can see rocks along these walls that are clearly, you could either blow them up yourself once you discover how to do that, or the asteroids will take them out, expose the material. So something like this, if an asteroid hits it, it would blow up and then leave, a bunch of like cobalt or silica or something underneath it. Or the asteroid itself will kind of scatter new resources on the ground. So you never really run out of resources. It might take you a while to get them again, but never really run out. But I think we'll just gather some stuff until we run out of oxygen, and then when we go back to base, we have an ore extractor there. Yeah, so especially on easy, when you just get teleported back, it's not a lot of friction, I guess I would call it, in the gameplay. So there'd be less, I guess, achievements, but if you had enough oxygen or you terraformed it enough, you could, I guess, just run in one direction until you hit the world border. There's really no other objective other than what you want to make out of it. What is this way? So we got magnesium. Kind of limit to some iron, maybe. Is this iron? Yeah. silica. Oh, inventory's full. Okay. Okay, so that's that stuff. Let's oh, can we make do we have enough to make this super ore? Because we can always use more of that. Yeah. Whatever that calls, super alloy. Oh yeah. We need to find uranium. Some of the minerals are a little harder to find, like uranium. I don't know where the source of that is just yet. I can send a rocket up in the air that will cause some to kind of fall down, but I don't know where it falls down yet. But this is our ore extractor here, so you can see it does some basic random silicon, magnesium, titanium. So we'll take all the iron for now. So I think we'll build our bridge. We'll see where we are, because we'll probably wrap up within the next 10 minutes or so. Because that'll be 3 hours for stream today. Not that we don't mind. We have our writing project that we mentioned earlier. We need to get some time on that and trying to make the time on that every day. Our Minecraft story, we haven't done as much to the last couple days. We're working on the other story. Want to make sure that we don't lose too much momentum on that. Right. Can we get up on this? How do we focus it? Okay. How do we swim up? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so giving up on that idea. I haven't got the hang of swimming. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, anytime you need to head off, like, sleep is important. You know? We're gonna gather some more iron and finish our bridge, and then that'll probably be our end of our stream there. Trying to fix our base after we realized we built it too low. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. There's some iron. 3 or 4 more irons probably ought to be enough. Silica, iron. I think they do a reasonably good job of making the ores look different enough that you can kind of tell them from a distance, most of them. That's titanium, titanium. Yeah, that's one thing I liked about Satisfactory is they have a zoop option, and I don't know if that's an upgrade that I'll get later on or not, because they do have a vehicle that I can get. Like looking through some of the things, I haven't seen one that said zoop, but they have the concept of microchips in here that give you different abilities. So I'm hoping that that is a feature in there eventually, because yeah, this is kind of a little annoying. But as we go along, other players have mentioned things too. So I realized last stream that I can actually, yeah, you can see it in the distance there, the TI sulfur. the coloring and the labeling was something I only figured out last stream. So I guess last weekend, when someone else who played had mentioned that. All right, so I think we're pretty good there. It's gonna probably be close enough unless we have any iron in here. Or in here. Do we have any iron? No. And no. Okay. So I think we're gonna just look out our window here, see where things are. I like this. I'm just hoping the water doesn't rise too much more. That would be my only, I guess, kind of frustration, and that it has a good like demo of like you need to build a habitat, you need to build some plants, like a good demo of how to get started and kind of what's available, and then exposing you to the terminal that tells you what you can unlock. But it doesn't tell you like where to build your initial habitat. So it wasn't clear that building it here would eventually get flooded with water. And that's why we've had to spend the last 3 or 4 streams like moving our solar panels and our drills and whatnot. Yeah, so I can deconstruct it and add it to the top. So that's what we've been doing the last couple streams. You know, you got to take apart each compartment like one by one, and each thing in the compartment one by one. And that's what we've been doing. So it's not the end of the world, but it's one of those that luckily we didn't have too much in the bottom layer. We kind of were starting to build things up on the top layer anyway. But if all of this had been on the bottom layer, it would have been more work to. But other than that, that's the only real thing. And it's not that it's terrible. Like, it's easy enough to move things around. I have water on me. Yeah. But yeah, do we have a window up here? Yeah, this is a little better view, I think. Do we have? No, we don't have iron for that. But this is good. I'll probably call it around here because I think our bridge goes mostly over. So, and I guess that is our other concern, is if the water keeps rising, then we'll have to move things up. So that's why we're focusing on the power and the drills, moving them really high. And then we're probably going to build up 3 or 4 layers of these habitat compartments, and then everything new we build is going to be in those compartments, and kind of leave this the level below us, everything we had there, just leave it as is, and until we determine how high the water is going to be, and then maybe gradually move things up. But that is our goal, or that was our goal for today. So we accomplished what we intended to. Yeah, the water's coming up here. So that building there did have a ramp going up to it, and that's where we have our heaters to heat up the planet. So it looks like that's going to have to be raised at some point too. Our plants look like they've got a ways to go, but this is another level up from that. So this is how we're increasing our oxygen on the planet. So yeah, I think with that, we'll just camp out here with the front view and kind of call an end to our stream. And so, there we go. So now thank you, Maggie, at the top of the stream for the rose, and thank you, Hart, for sticking around here for so long and be part of the Minecraft and the Planet Crafter experiment. I'll check out a little to the left at some point. And unpacking what units was done. left, and packing. Yeah. So we'll check those out and see if we can squeeze those into the stream at some point. And then again, thank you for the likes and support. And our outro is as soon as we put our end screen up, you can find the link to our link tree. So linktree/mindtripmedia. That will have links for the TikTok here, Twitch, our YouTube VODs, our Pinterest, Blue Sky, where we make our announcements for our go lives and any of our other projects there. And so with that, tomorrow will be another Planet Crafter Minecrafter Day. Planet Crafter Minecraft Day. We'll likely start with Planet Crafter for 45 minutes to an hour and then switch over to Minecraft. And we'll keep an eye out for a glow skid so we can get our purple sign going. And yeah, keep an eye out, and I don't know when we'll get to the flower shop, but we'll start dropping off supplies there so that at some point we'll be ready to go on building that. So thank you again for sticking around, and we'll see you tomorrow and the journey continues. And yeah, hope your stomach's feeling better and hope you're feeling better as well. Yeah, have a good night and get some sleep. We'll see you around.